Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of Wavelength Monday.
What?
Oh my goodness.
What?
That's not an alliteration at all. Super secret stream.
Super secret stream.
Oh my goodness, yeah, wow. So, since it's not an alliteration, we had to keep it secret and not tell anyone that we're doing it on,
well,
on
it's
this
super
day.
secret because the rumors of us going live at 7 o'clock on the Monday was also wrong, so it's even more secret because the people who expected it, well, they got subverted.
I don't think there's a single person on this planet who expected us to be live at 7.
You know what? That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Ah, you got me. Ah, you got me.
Well, it is such a secret stream that I'm not even sure that a notification was sent out because I didn't receive one.
We're talking into the void right now.
So we're going to have Ben in Tech Booth take a Snapchat photo of us and send it to all of our friends to force them to watch.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yes. But hey, whoa. Welcome back.
Oh shit, it's me!
It's you!
Oh my god, I was in a Santa suit last time I was sitting in the seat.
Oh, I haven't seen you since last year.
That's actually that's not a joke either. That's true. That's just sad.
Yeah. Last year in like, oh my, it's the 13th. that joke becomes less funny the further
it gets more and more depressing the further out from the first it is. It's been, when was our Christmas stream? Wasn't it like the 15th? It's been almost exactly 1 month since I last sat in the seat.
Wow. Well, as you can see, the studio is different. We have lights now. We have some fun new graphics as well that I'm going to be showing off. We are going to hop into the games momentarily.
Change scares me, Mark. Change scares me.
Change scares you. Well, we do have an exciting new graphic as well. I whipped this up last night. People have asked to see how many cards we have remaining in this cooperative round, and ooh, look at that! Ooh! Now you can see exactly how many cards are remaining.
That's sick.
Cool graphic. It's very fancy. I'm happy with it.
I like the little animation. It's nice.
Thank you, thank you. It was put together quickly and efficiently. But I say we hop right in. We're starting a little bit late on this Super Secret Monday stream.
We would never.
Yes. This is the most accurate Secret Monday stream because nobody's watching. It is the big secret. Shh.
I'm fine with that. You know what? Sometimes we just need to do something for us, Mark.
Yes.
Forget everybody else out there. Just me and you.
Well, you are the one who has not sat in the seat and played this game in almost a month. Would you like to take the first card?
You know, I guess I can.
We are doing some cooperative wavelength with audience participation. So what's going to happen is we're going to select 7 cards from this deck, and that's going to be the amount of cards that we play through. Like you can see the graphic here. Ooh, 7 cards. And we are going to alternate who reads off the card and gives the clue, and who sets the dial. We are going to use your input from chat to think of clues. For example, what is the first card you're choosing, Corey?
We are going to do fantasy to sci-fi.
Fantasy to sci-fi. So, Corey is going to mix up this dial, reveal the target. I am going to look away and not see it. He's going to come with a clue that hopefully gets me to set this dial exactly where he wants within the range of fantasy to sci-fi. Ooh. Alright. Let me get this set up over here. Oh, going to look away. The card should be showing now.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and lift the veil. Ooh, all right. Ooh. This is where our dial is. Now I'm gonna think of a clue to give to Mark that would get him to pull out our little red pointer here, right at that magical blue 4. That's kind of where the range of fantasy and sci-fi. I want to get him to guess right where that blue 4 is. So I'm gonna go ahead and memorize this location and close the board. All right, Mark, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. You can look.
Fantasy to sci-fi. This one is a classic thinker.
As is most questions here on Wavelength.
As is
classic
most of these.
thinker.
Because to some extent, I think most sci-fi is fantasy. Not all fantasy is sci-fi.
Wise words.
Unless you get into the whole MatPat Marvel theory, where the fantasy elements of Thor could just be advanced sci-fi. So like, where do you balance that? The much respected words of MatPat.
You gotta love a good MatPat. God rest his soul.
You know, in the actual game, I have a timer. I don't actually have that timer set up for us for the version where I'm only operating stuff out here.
Infinite time glitch for me.
Yes.
We really love to see it.
Yo, we got Morgan in chat, giving the cool Charles emote. Welcome, Morgan. Thank you for being
up?
here. You're just in time for the first card of the evening. We are doing fantasy to sci-fi, and Corey is currently trying to think of a clue. You can open up the board again if you want. I'll look away.
All right.
Make sure Morgan sees.
If you want. Ooh.
He's changing the answer to cheat.
I did actually have to change the answer because I opened the board and it moved it. This is where we're at, all right? It's 4. Woo. I am alive, yes, I did make it into 2025. Ooh. Closing the dial is actually moving the board. That's crazy. This wheel has been abused way too many times.
Got Luke in chat as well.
What's up, big Luke? Oh my god, okay. Fantasy to sci-fi, I gotta think. I'm struggling, man.
He's out of practice.
I'm rusty. Like I said, it's been almost exactly a month since
when the goat is washed.
Morgan, I like that. I feel like it's the wrong side though. If this was mirrored, I think perfect.
I shouldn't be reading that then.
Perfect placement. But I fear. Then again, I haven't seen it. So
you could say anti-Dune.
I could say anti-Dune. Yeah, the opposite.
If it's
of Dune.
perfectly mirrored.
But then again, I haven't seen Dune, so I don't actually know.
Look away. I need to stop reading those comments. I didn't read that most recent one. Don't worry.
Let's see.
Yeah, I do need an answer soon though.
What do you mean? I don't have infinite time? I thought you said I didn't have a timer. Come on now.
No, I said there's no visible timer.
Wow, tomato, potato. You know what I'm saying? Oh god. I am going to say. God, okay, I'm just gonna say this. This is such a terrible clue. I want to say this is terrible. I've been going for a month, all right? So we gotta get the bad clue out of the way first, okay?
Okay.
I've been going for a month. I need to get off the rust. Gotta get the bad clue. Lego Lord of the Rings.
Lego Lord of the Rings. Huh.
Gotta get the bad clues out of the way first. Gotta get the bad clues out.
About to hit the button, Ben. Also, Ben, we should be good to go live on TikTok Shorts now. Or YouTube Shorts. Lego Lord of the Rings. Wow.
My answer, I'm sticking to it.
Okay, so that's obviously fantasy. I mean, Lord of the Rings is the most fantasy that you could possibly be. Like, that's the fantasy answer, Lord of the Rings. But Lego Lord of the Rings, wow. Wow, is that even a product that exists?
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. They've made several video games on it.
Okay. I'm sure that they probably implemented some guns in there, some of those classic Lego laser guns. And Legos in general were not in Tolkien's original vision. So I don't know how far this is going to push it, considering that they're Legos. The most classic fantasy story ever told, but with Legos. I'm gonna go a little bit more right here, because this is also where I'd put anti-Dune.
Okay.
Because I think Dune is one of the most sci-fi things I could think of.
Perfect. All right.
I am locked in.
You're locked in? All right. Let's get a reveal. Lego Lord of the Rings, from fantasy to sci-fi.
Oh, whoa! Middle! What are you talking about with anti-Dune?
I think the board got bumped. It's more like this.
What the hell do you mean perfectly mirrored? You think I'd put Dune here?
I would personally.
Dune?
Yeah, Dune. Yeah, Dune. I think they would go there. Dune has a lot of fantasy elements on it. It's sci-fi, but it's got a lot of... when I think sci-fi all the way over, I'm thinking Star Trek. You know what I mean? Dune has got like that fantasy. It's got that tribal feel, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's going to be 0 points for this first round.
Starting back strong.
And that's going to be 1 card taken away. We have 6 left, and it is now my turn to take a card.
See if you can do any better, all right?
Yeah, we're a little bit out of practice here. Wow. It was a middling placement you guys named like the most.
Listen, it
strictly.
wasn't middling, because if you had the dial straight up, you would just barely miss the 2, all right? It was to the fantasy side.
Okay, so I'm going to do easy to do, hard to do.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find this card. Easy to find this card, hard to find this card.
Okay. All right.
Easy to do, hard to do. There we go.
All right.
Ben, hands off.
We kill him if he keeps his hands on.
I'm going to mix up the board. Corey, you can look away this time.
Mix, I'm looking away.
And chat, you're going to be helping me this time. Did the correct card pop up? You bastard. You had one job.
You piece. You awful.
Okay. Easy to do, hard to do. I'm mixing it up. Corey, look away. I'm revealing the board. Wow, this thing, we need to fix this.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Okay, it was right here. I'm gonna keep it right here. I'm just gonna keep that in mind for the future.
It's a real good thing we're switching to code names on Wednesday.
Lubricate this board or something. What? Code names Wednesday. All right. Our guy in the booth likes to give me hand signs and not really explain what they mean beforehand. So that is what we were aiming for. The card is easy to do, hard to do. Let's see if we can get a better score than 0. Memorize this placement. Okay, I need to hold this in place while I go. Ooh, we got Colleen in chat saying your mom, your mother.
Okay, yeah, all right, I know exactly where it is. Perfect.
Sorry I'm late, I have brunch going on and didn't get the notification. Yeah, for some reason notifications didn't get sent out today. I need to look into that. So, easy to do, hard to do. Colleen saying your mom. I don't think that's a good hint.
Can I look?
Yeah, you can look, sorry.
I was blinded for so long.
I think that's a pretty horrible hint for easy to do, hard to do. Let's see. I'm gonna say, complete the theory of everything.
What even is that?
It is a theory that links quantum mechanics to Newtonian gravity.
All right. Newtonian
Can
gravity.
you repeat that, Ben? All right.
So you take the 4, carry the 3, and I think that solves it. So I think we're good. I think that's easy. All right.
Surprised you never heard of the theory of everything. It's a classic.
I haven't heard of many things, so you
It's a
really shouldn't be
TV show
surprised.
named after it.
All right. Well, you know what? Not taking the piss. That seems pretty hard to do. It seems like a near impossible feat.
Thomas says astrophysics.
Astrophysics? I'm no astrophysicist. That's for damn certain. It is theoretically possible. Astrophysics. It's not the hardest thing in the world. It's possible, but I would think it is something that most people are not going to be able to do, myself included.
You haven't solved the theory of everything yet?
I haven't solved the theory of everything. Personally, no, I have not done so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking we call it there.
All right, are you locked in?
I'm locked in.
All right, the card is easy to do, hard to do. We have the theory of everything. I'm gonna hold the board in place and hopefully it doesn't move. Woo! Yo, that is a perfect 4. And whoever said you were washed. And
everybody.
Good thing you ticked it up too, because if it was maxed out, you would not have been on the 4. So, in this game mode, a 4 is only worth 3 points, but we add an additional card to the stack. Meaning, instead of being at 5 cards right now, we are still at 6.
Huge.
I'm going to add this card. Move this to the back. It is now
Massive.
Corey's turn to take a card. Set this dial back to straight.
All right, fellas.
You got me. I used to steer in aerospace, not space. Corey does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mark implying his mom is easy to do by saying my clue was bad. No, you're saying your mom, because when I read it, it becomes your mom. It doesn't matter what you type, because it reverses. And just because I say your clue's bad doesn't mean it's on the polar opposite side.
No, I think, they got a point. They got a point. I think you've walked yourself into it.
So my mom's easy? Yeah. Were you not listening to what I just said? Automod has blocked Colleen's comment of you bitch. Responded to me. I'll allow it.
Look, I got my card.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Let's hear your card, Corey.
I got unstable to stable.
Ooh.
Much like your emotional state right now.
Unstable to stable.
Unstable to stable.
Interesting. My program doesn't know what color this card should be.
What the heck?
It's going to be X and O.
You know, I gotta say, a couple days ago, you guys had your shit together. Now I'm back, and everything's falling apart.
Okay, Buster. Ben, hands off the mouse. Okay, I will look away. I'll make sure. Eek! The card didn't work correctly. I don't care. I'll say I don't care if the color's wrong.
I'm gonna reveal the board.
It's Twitch.
Could we get a zoom in on the board here as I go to reveal?
I can. I got it. I have the control of that from my stream deck here.
Ooh, baby, that's where the 4 is, right there, that blue spot. We want to give Mark a hint so that he'll move the dial on our scale of unstable to stable to put the little marker right where that 4 is, right where that magical 4 is. Feel free to give hints in chat if you feel like it. I'll be more than happy to take a few of those to give to Mark. Again, one last time, that's where it is.
I believe we're actually live on YouTube
Unstable.
Shorts now. I think for the first time ever, we've been able to go live on YouTube Shorts. So if you're
Shorts.
watching there, feel free to leave a comment. We should be able to see it.
I'm more than happy to have you.
Can I look now?
You may look.
Whoo, nice.
You may look. Unstable to stable. Thinking that. That's a thinker. That's a thinker. Wow. There are a lot of things that are unstable and stable in this world. What are some of your favorites,
True.
Mark?
Oh man, my mind went straight to world governments, so I wasn't gonna finish my thought there.
You know, those mostly end up in this kind of quadrant over here.
Yes. Ethereum.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I'll let the person who knows who the target is come with the hints.
Man, that's a terrible idea.
You do have 20 seconds remaining on my internal timer.
All right. I'm thinking hard. I'm thinking fast. I'm thinking fast. Stable to unstable, unstable to stable.
Ben, do you want it away? Your call, not mine.
They're fighting. Mommy and Daddy are fighting.
No. Well, actually, yes, I am, but I need to leave to do that. Corey, think of a clue while the other host leaves. I mean, like, really.
All right.
I am
Interesting
fine with
suggestions.
it,
Interesting suggestions. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe not what we're looking for, but you know what? I appreciate them nonetheless. I'm rusty, man. It's been a month. I'm a little rusty up here. I'm out of my element again. I'm washed. Absolutely washed.
I have that image stuck in my head of the freeze frame of Lightning McQueen crashing in the 3rd movie, and it just says, when the goat is washed. Every time you say you're having an issue, that's all I'm thinking.
You know what? Let's go with that.
Lightning McQueen crashing in the 3rd Cars movie?
No, hold on. Lightning McQueen's racing career.
Okay.
Let's go with it.
Lightning.
Yep, no, write the whole thing out.
Queens. Racing.
No shortcuts. Whole phrase
career.
written out.
Okay. All right, stable to unstable.
Yep.
Lightning McQueen's racing career.
Yep.
Now, I'm not positive that I've seen the second movie.
Okay.
It's if I have, it's like a distant blur in my head.
Yep.
But
It's the one where there were secret agents?
Yeah, I know that much.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, every single movie consists of, oh man, my racing career is in shambles. This man can't hold a job to save his life. But with that being said, at the end of every movie, he always gets his life back together, wins the Piston Cup, and saves the town.
They did what to that cup? Sorry,
So anyway, I don't think it's the most unstable thing in the world, but his racing career has never been that stable, especially when he died in the third movie.
What?
That's how I'm remembering it. But he always comes back in. I'm going to say it's pretty middling, but just a little bit on the unstable side. I'm going to set it right here. I am locked in.
Colleen, I didn't see the third movie, but I'm gonna make a safe bet that Sally did not get a vehicular abortion in Cars 3. I'm gonna place money on it. I think I'm fine.
He gets third. Oh, you're right. He does get third in the Piston Cup. He doesn't win. But that's still a stable career, placing third. He still participated in the race. Probably got paid. No, trust me. Be careful how you talk about the goat. The goat is washed. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm locked in right here. Let's reveal the board.
You're locked in?
Yes, I'm going to hold the board in place so it doesn't shift.
Is the goat washed?
Whoa!
Absolutely not!
Whoa, what?
I mean, listen, despite every hardship Lightning McQueen faces, he always ends up as a racer.
Yeah, eventually, but he spends like 80% of the runtime unemployed.
But he always comes back. It's stable, baby. This right here is like the middle of the movie. This right here represents the beginning and end.
All right, so that's gonna be another 0-point round. Woo!
I'm on a roll tonight, baby.
We are currently at 3, though. I do think Colleen's hint of explosive diarrhea, which I stole, may have been better.
I take extreme offense to that one.
All right.
In Cars 3, he becomes a coach for the new generation. Exactly.
For kids, for adults, or useless in emergency, useful in emergency. We've never, ever done well with the useful in emergency card. So I'm going to go with for kids, for adults.
For kids, the animation service.
Yes, for kids, the animation service, or for adults.
I love the amount of edits they made to all of the Japanese animes that got put on that. It truly brings me so much life.
Man, hands off the mouse. All right, and now I'm going to mix up the board as soon as I see that card come on screen. Corey, look away. Contestants, keep your eyes peeled. Sorry, chat, keep your eyes peeled. Ooh, all right. That 4 right there is what we're aiming for. 4 kids, 4 adults. Colleen said that was Charlie's hint. The one that I read previously. Thank you to TikTok for showing me enough Cars 3 that I know the plot. That's funny. 4 kids, 4 adults. That 4 is what we are aiming for. Memorize that placement. All right. I am going to close up the board, not letting it shift. Corey, you may look. Contestants, let's get to thinking.
This is a thinker.
It is a thinker. I already have like a thought. I don't know how good it is, but I do have a thought already. Got Cars. I don't know if Thomas is talking about like actual Cars. Oh, Cars, not the movie. All right. And Colleen says movie theaters.
Interesting.
Okay. You know, I actually like Colleen's. Jeremy says a career in coal mining. I am going to go. Yo, Luke just subscribed with Prime.
Let's go!
Thank you very much, Luke. I do believe that earns him a founder badge, meaning he will permanently have a #1 by his name for the rest of this channel's history. Thank you very much for the support. If you have your own Prime subs, you will gain access to, first, a founder badge, but also these cool animated Charles emotes, very exclusive. But anyway, I am going to go with Colleen's hint of a movie theater.
So we also have in the YouTube Shorts chat a long documentary about finances.
Okay. Wait, that's a horrible one. Ignore that one.
All right.
Who wrote that? Was it Ben?
That's Ben, yeah.
All right. Mods, ban that guy.
Mods, whack that guy's pee-pee.
Movie theater's good. My hint was going to be concerts.
Okay.
But I do think Colleen's is a little bit better with movie theater.
All right, movie theaters. Is that my only one I'm working off of?
I mean, you can work off of concerts as well if you want.
Concerts and movie theaters. All right. I think, honestly, if I were to say, genuinely, I think concerts and movie theaters are mostly popular amongst like teens and young adults. I don't think movie theaters maybe kids like a lot more, because, you know, the movie theater is plagued by children screaming. I think is a common stereotype of movie theaters, at least nowadays. Concerts less so. I think you have an older crowd going to concerts. So if you were saying something more adult, you'd say like a bar or you know, something that would have a lot less kids in it. I think adults do go to movie theaters. I think adults do go to concerts, but I do think primarily there are a lot of children that go to them.
Okay.
But not. I wouldn't put it like here. I'd probably put it more middling, to be honest with you. Maybe. Honestly, I think I'm happy with the dead center.
Dead center.
I think I'm happy with dead center. That's a little too. Let's see, probably like there. Because I think it's something that both enjoy.
Luke says, "What on earth is a movie theater?"
It's a good question. It's a building with movies in it, but that's not important right now. Am I happy with it right there? Am I locked in there? Fun for all ages. I might tweak it slightly over to adult, because while I think it's loved by kids a lot, I think there's a lot more adult. Like, there are a lot more films that kids aren't allowed to go into, but I don't know. I'm just gonna lock it in there. I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm locked in there.
Locked in there. 4 kids, 4 adults. I'm adjusting my setup slightly. I'm going to hold the board in place. Actually, no. I opened it this time because I gave the hint. Let's see what we got.
What the hell?
Yeah. So, you're right on track with concerts definitely being for like an older audience, which is why I came up with that. But
yeah.
with movies, it's a little bit like stinky to bring a child with you to the movies. Nobody likes when they're sitting down to the movies and see a kid walk in.
I want you to go and look up some of the highest grossing budget movies in all time. Moana, Frozen.
Yeah.
Marvel, like Avengers.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know, that's why it's not like maxed out, because like the kids definitely enjoy going to the movies. It's just nobody likes when kids go to the movies.
Yeah, I feel like this is a very childless take. I feel like that's a take of people that don't have children in their lives.
Chat, does anyone have children?
Yeah, I get R-rated movies. Children need to be driven to the movies is a nothing burger.
Okay, but Concert was a good one, right?
Concert was a good one. Cars, honestly, probably would have got me there.
Okay, all right.
The long documentary about finances was a really good thing.
Sorry, Thomas.
Me too far over.
Sorry, Thomas. I should have gone with Cars. Mark, these kids absolutely swarmed the theater weekend.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Well, let me remove a card from this list. Corey, it's now your turn to take a card. Let's see if you can redeem us after that one.
Absolutely. I got a certified movie theater knower in my corner right now.
Well, you should have considered concerts more then.
You told me not to!
No, I said consider them both.
Okay. You know what? We're gonna go with this one. We're gonna do Vice Virtue.
Oh.
Vice Virtue. I'm gonna start swinging in a second.
Vice to Virtue. This one is... You know
Yep.
what I'm
No,
about to
no,
say.
fill in the blank.
Hands up, Ben.
You got us all waiting. You got us, the center stage is for you.
It's
right
a
now.
thinker. Okay.
Ah, okay,
All
that's
right.
what I
I'm gonna
fucking
look
thought.
away. Corey, mix up the board.
That's what I fucking
The
thought.
card is correct. Okay.
All right, chat. Here we go. Whoo. All right, that's where our magical 4 is. We gotta give Mark a hint.
Right there.
To get him to
Right
guess
there.
where that 4 is, put the dial right there. Gotta get a proper hint for him to place it there. So memorize that position. I'm gonna close the board here in a second. Memorize that position. Memorize that position. All right, Mark, you can look. All right, Chad, what do you got for me? What do you got for me?
Vice to Virtue.
Vice to virtue. Vice
So
to
virtue being something like that you're proud of, right? Vice being something that you're, I guess, ashamed of.
Yeah, I guess virtue is something that's like good to do, kind of like good. Vice would
Which
be.
says crack, perhaps.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Based off of where the target is, I don't think crack would get him there. I'm gonna leverage a guess.
He said perhaps.
You know what? I appreciate you at least asking kindly. Okay, all right.
No, keep it centered for now.
I'm gonna say crack, I think. All right. Colleen says, put your grocery cart back. That's not a bad one. I don't hate that one.
She didn't specify. Wait, like putting it back or not putting it back?
Putting it back.
Okay.
Putting it back.
So they're implying crack perhaps is on the virtuous side. I'm interpreting.
Our mod is shilling for us, saying following board gamers but not subbing.
Oh, I mean that's a major vice. I mean I think that's a sin in the Bible.
YouTube chat is saying smelling nice, or YouTube Shorts chat.
Okay, I'm gonna go based off the shopping cart one.
I think the shopping cart one is definitely the strongest one.
So that is definitely a virtue. That is a good thing. In fact, there's been a lot of talk about the morality of not putting your shopping cart back. But I mean, it's mundane. It's not an achievement. It's not something people are going to be talking about for years to come. It's just a nice thing to do. It's considerate of others. It's like holding the door open for someone. So holding the door open for someone, I would put here, probably just a few ticks over. Shopping cart, it's making someone's job easier. So, a little bit more that way. Am I putting it too far by doing it this way? I'll take it back a teeny tiny bit. I think I'm going to lock in right here. I think it's just a little bit on the virtuous side. Not a smidgen over, a chunk over, but, you know, right over on the virtual side.
You ready to see?
I'm going to lock in. I'm going to hold the board in place. Corey, let's reveal the board.
Was he right?
Oh, yo!
That's 3 points.
That is a 3 solid. Wow, I almost had it.
Ticking it back. I killed you there.
I know.
We had a perfect board.
I need to learn to just stick with my guts. Wow, but that is okay. That is 3 points, meaning we're now at 6 with 3 cards left. We are not doing bad. We are far past our lowest score ever, which was 2.
I gotta ask, how many shopping carts does it take for you to put back before the wife takes the kids? Because that's the problem Luke's having right now. Is that he's so addicted to putting away shopping carts, he's lost the kids. Is it at least 3?
I mean, if you're caught up enough with putting back the shopping carts that you don't notice your wife leaving with the kids.
Or someone kidnapping the kids.
Oh, that's a good point too.
You just turned away for 1 second. You really just put away one shopping cart.
So, we got boring to exciting,
Nice.
or smelly in a bad way, smelly in a good way. It's a Monday stream. I'll do the smelly card.
Smelly! Yeah,
All right.
You gotta make sure you keep an eye on your kids while you're putting them in the shopping cart, or else you will lose them.
Smelly in a bad way, smelly in a good way. Ben, hands off the mouse. Going to show the card. Also, I'm going to start mixing up the board. Corey, look away.
Ah.
All right, let's see what we got. That 4 right there is the target. We got smelly in a bad way, smelly in a good way. Let me go into the board so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about.
No, don't go into the board, Mark. Stay away from the light.
Smelly in a bad way, smelly in a good way. This 4 is what we are aiming for.
Aiming for, I get it. That's clever.
Memorize that placement. I'm going to close up the board. All right, Corey, you may open your eyes.
Ah, I can see again.
And let's get to thinking. I have a thought right away. Just because it's been being talked about. I think I might go with it. I'll read off the others, but I'm gonna read off mine first. I'm gonna say a shopping cart.
I don't want to think about how a shopping cart smells. I don't want to think about that.
Hands up, Ben.
Don't make me think about that.
Jeremy says dirt, which
your eye.
I think my hint's better.
Okay, all right.
Thomas says Yankee Candle Store. Colleen says question mark, question mark, question mark. I think she's questioning Mark.
Because your name is Mark.
Certified shopping cart sniffer over here.
Dude, that's crazy. How do you even know what a shopping cart smells like?
I mean, I can answer.
Do they have an odor?
Once you place the dial, I can give you an answer.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? I'm the worst person to have candle be an answer because I feel
Not
like
a competition, Mark.
I feel like I have a very polarized opinion on what candles smell like, personally.
I noticed you're considering the candle hint and not my hint.
I don't know what the... Listen, I am not a certified shopping cart sniffer. I do not know what a shopping cart smells like. Is it dirty metal? Is that what it smells like?
Set the dial, and I'll tell you after you set the dial.
All right. I think candles... I think most candles, to me, can't stand them. There are a few good ones, though. So I think maybe like this. I can't imagine a shopping cart is very pungent, okay? And I can't imagine a shopping cart smells good. So I think it's just ever so slightly on the smelly in a bad way side. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Are you locked in?
I think I'm locked in.
All right.
I can't wait
Let's
to be
reveal
wrong.
the board. I am holding it in place. Smelling in a bad way, smelling in a good way. We said shopping cart. Yo! Let's go! That is a perfect 4. You doubted my hint.
I fucking can't believe it. I can't believe the shopping cart actually helped me
But
get
you
there.
had it exactly right. My point was it doesn't really have that much of a smell. You can't smell a shopping cart, but if you were to lean in and give it a sniff, it would smell like dirty metal.
I cannot believe the combination of candles and shopping cart got me there. That's crazy.
Yeah, you were exactly correct.
Well,
Barely a smell, but if you were to smell it, it's pretty bad. That is a perfect 4, meaning we only get 3 points, but we add an additional card to the pile, extending the game, possibly infinitely.
oh no, I want to go home, Mark.
No, not tonight. Not on the Monday stream. It's now your turn to take a card. We are still at 3. Ben seems to have deleted from my stream deck all controls related to making that card number tick down, so it's going to say 3 forever.
No, I got one for you. I don't think we've ever done this one.
Okay.
We're gonna do easy subject, hard subject.
We have done this one before.
Well, fuck you, buddy.
I know.
Frick you, fella.
Easy subject, hard subject. Ben, can you take your hands off the mouse 1 moment? Oh, that's bad. Ben just deleted the thing that makes the show work.
No! He deleted the load-bearing JPEG.
Yeah. Yeah. we're poking through folders earlier today, and he's like, I've never used this folder. Is it important? And it's the folder that stores every single graphic that makes this show run, and my hotkeys. Yo, we got some 𝘧𝘰𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘰. Yes, that is in fact how I'm feeling right now. All right.
Me when Ben deletes the load-bearing JPEG.
Let's see if the card comes up accurately. Easy subject, hard subject. Whew, thank goodness.
Oh yeah,
All right.
we're so back, baby.
We're so back. Not that we ever left.
I did for about a month.
Oh yeah.
All right, board reveal time.
Got some smug Johnson chat from Luke.
All right, fellas, this is where our point total is, right there. We need to give Mark a clue. Easy subject to hard subject. To guess where this 4 is right there. Take a long look at it. Memorize it. I'm gonna cover up the board now. We need a clue to get Mark to put the pointer right there. All right, Mark, you can look.
Ooh.
All right. Easy subject.
Hard subject. This is an interesting one. This is a very subjective card, and people can get very opinionated with a card like this.
Yeah, you know what, Jeremy? I was thinking the exact same thing.
So Ben, Companion's closed. That's going to be the issue we're having, I imagine.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I might modify it a little bit, though, if that's okay with you. You know what? A lot of people are saying that. I'm just gonna. I'm not even gonna modify it though. I'm gonna modify it. We got somebody in friend of Yahshua in YouTube Shorts chat saying the same thing as Jeremy in Twitch chat. So I'm gonna say chemistry.
Chemistry?
On this vertical YouTube stream.
Oh.
The answer is chemistry.
Okay, chemistry. Interesting.
Jeremy says, but with a regular teacher and not the high school chem teacher.
I'm glad Jeremy specified that, because that might be for the high school chem teacher. Hey Ben, can you flip back to my Excel page?
Better card test?
Yep.
Yeah.
We got another one from our mod saying gold.
Gold?
Luke says, I went crazy when I took gold class.
What do you mean gold? What does gold mean in this context?
Listen, man.
Okay. So Jeremy did specify not with our Chromia high school teacher, which, I mean, chemistry sounds like a hard subject. And the problem is, our high school teacher was so bad, I never learned what learning chemistry is supposed to look like. I only learned their very mistaken way of teaching. So for me, it was insanely hard. But there was 2 months when we had a substitute teacher who came in and explained everything properly. And at that point, it became more like this. Like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of like math. People in my family also do chemistry, and they don't think it's the hardest thing in the world. But, I mean, if it was on the easy side, they would have said something easier. I think it's definitely going to be on the hard side, but not the hardest thing in the world. It's not calc. It's not trigonometry.
I'm taking calc in college right now, so I do feel that sentiment, yeah.
It's not insane. They didn't say intro to chemistry, so maybe I'll take it a little teeny bit more.
I have a very important chat note here. Chemistry is not math.
Chemistry is not math.
Very important.
But there is math involved in chemistry. You got moles and stuff. All right, I'm gonna take it back to here. I'm gonna lock in right here. I think it's just a little bit hard. I'll hold the board in place for you.
All right. Chemistry. Easy subject to hard subject.
Come on, come on. Whoa. Wow.
Womp.
Okay.
Womp.
I guess chemistry is pretty hard.
I think most people would consider chemistry to be one of the hardest, like, normal school subjects.
Like, worse than physics?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
I didn't take physics personally, so that's, you know.
I may have a biased stance because the only teacher possibly more incompetent than our high school chemistry teacher was our high school physics teacher.
That's fair. That's fair.
You should not have had a teaching license.
Yeah, we got some despised chemistries in the chat.
I also didn't know how our chemistry is supposed to be. I think it was a fine hint. I think I just got too caught up on the fact that Jeremy was saying not the high school version. If he didn't say that, I think it would have been exactly 4. So I think we can blame Jeremy for this one. Ooh, my buttons are back. Thank goodness. Just in time.
Physics is just math disguised, so it's fairly easy. All right, yeah, I can see that. I can vibe with that.
Does that number say 2 cards remaining? Ben? No.
Top left.
2, yeah, does it say 2 cards remaining? Cool. All
2
right.
cards remaining!
2 cards remaining. My graphic is correct, as they always are. Never worried for a moment. All right, I'm gonna do a card that we always skip. And we always skip this card for good reason. This is a horrible card, and I'm so sorry to all of our viewers. I'm gonna have to put you through this. Our card is going to be Gryffindor to Slytherin.
Yeah! Yeah!
Do we have any Potterheads in chat? Do we have any Potterheads that are gonna help me with this question?
Potters!
Ben, hands up.
I love problematic Queen J.K. Rowling.
Don't say that.
Yeah!
Don't say that. I read it. Thomas says, boo. All right, let's keep up that energy. Corey, look away. It's time for us to think of a clue. One of the worst cards in this entire game, Gryffindor to Slytherin. That 4 is what we're aiming for. That 4 right there is the target.
You know somebody with some shit-eating grin wearing like a Harry Potter sweater and like some hot cocoa right now is just very sad sitting on a chair hearing you say these things.
I think we're gonna be able to get this. I think we're getting this one, okay? We gotta believe in ourselves. I think we're getting there. Corey, you may look, the board is now closed. We have, all right, I'm going to ignore chats because I don't think chat is inherently right. I am going, I know. I am going to say Ron Weasley.
Ron Weasley.
To read the other ones, oh, okay. Luke says Harry Potty, Harry Potter without the R. Jeremy says Harry Portor. And Jeremy says a griffin. Luke says LeBron Weasley. I'm gonna stick with Ron Weasley though as my hint.
Well, here's the thing. If we're talking about binaries, Gryffindor, it's right there. Although I have to say, Harry Pot and Harry Potor, I think are very clever ways of saying that it's just not all the way up there. And Ron Weasley too, he's not the Gryffindor, Harry Potter is. So I think all of these things combined, you're trying to get me to tweak the dial up just ever so slightly there.
Jeremy says LeBron James.
Hell yeah. We got a Harry Potter in YouTube chat.
All right, are you locked in?
I'm locked in there.
Okay, I'm going to reveal the board. Gryffindor to Slytherin. We said Ron Weasley.
LeBron James.
Woo! Perfect 4. Very nice. LeBron James.
He
got
is
him
my
there.
sunshine.
If Jeremy did not say LeBron James,
Wouldn't
it would
have
have been
got it.
way off, but it is a perfect 4. As a reminder, in this game mode, a 4 is only worth 3 points, but the benefit is we add another card to the stack, meaning we still have 2 cards left. Woo! Very exciting, and it's now Corey's turn to take a card. I'm going to start prepping it now because I know which one you're choosing.
Chat, we gotta go with the all-time favorite. Movie that Godzilla would ruin. Movie Godzilla would improve.
One of the best cards in the game, notably not a card we've ever been any good with.
But God, is
hands
it
up.
funny every single time.
It is a good one. It is a good one. Making sure everything works there. Oh, forgot to add the points. There we go.
Sorry, real quick, before I spin the dial, I gotta correct something. Somebody in our chat said Harry Potter notably was almost in a Slytherin. Y'all don't know your bad wizard lore. That is incorrect. You see, the Sorting Hat, when it determined whether what house Harry Potter would in, he determined Harry Potter's bravery and specifically asking against Slytherin. It wasn't that he almost put him in Slytherin, and so he sends his bravery, speaking up, which is why he was always going to get Gryffindor. Spin on the wheel.
That hat had brain damage. That is my take. Nerd alert.
Alright, I'm revealing the board. Movie Godzilla would ruin, movie Godzilla would improve. Fellas, that is where the dial is landing. We need to think of a movie that would improve or ruin Godzilla that much.
I always get so excited for this card.
Alright, keep it. We want that 4. We want Mark to put the dial where that 4 is. Ladies and gentlemen. Alright. I'm going to cover up the board. Right there. That's where we want. Right there. I'll cover up the board. Memorize that position. Alright, what are we thinking? Movies. Okay, Luke, we're not going to say that one. We're not going to say that one. I don't think.
I read Luke and Colleen's, and like they're on very opposite ends of the spectrum.
We got Schindler's List from Luke and King Kong from Colleen. Very different approaches we have here.
Yeah, this is always notably a tough card because as we have established, Godzilla would improve most movies.
It's true. It's true.
It is very hard to name something that he would ruin.
I'm liking King Kong. I think that is a very, very good one. So that's my front runner right now. I see Godzilla 2 is another suggestion. Pacific Rim, yeah, I feel like that's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay. All right. So we're naming products that either Godzilla has been in or should be in, like Pacific Rim. Mm-hmm. And if he was in, so this is interesting. Mm-hmm. This is really interesting to think about because I want to say, oh, that just makes Pacific Rim better, but you know they're saying Godzilla 2, not Godzilla 1, so maybe it's ticked up like this. But adding another Godzilla to Godzilla 2 actually doesn't change the movie that much. It's one of the only ones that's more middling because Godzilla's there anyway. But keeping in mind King Kong,
it's my front runner right now.
Because that is the front runner. So I should. What?
What's that? The reading the whole thing's too much.
I should consider the front runner hint, not those other ones. I believe that was Colleen's hint. So Godzilla is not in King Kong already, unless you're talking Godzilla versus King Kong. But when you add them together, Godzilla versus King Kong sucked. That movie was awful. It sucked ass. But I don't think that's what she was going for. She was going for the original King Kong. So I think adding it is just going to improve it slightly. It's not really changing the overall feel of the movie. It's not changing the overall vibe. It's just giving an iconic big monster to fight. So I'm going to take it just over a little bit to the good side. And I'm going to lock in right there.
Locked in there?
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice. Fortnite the movie was another one. Super Babies 2.
None of these are helpful. What are any of you saying?
Are you ready, Mark?
Yes.
Ooh.
No! Oh, whoa!
Mark, I feel like this was a slam dunk.
I mean, they were naming movies that Godzilla's already in. And we know what happened when you added King Kong. So when you added
fucking sick.
When you added Godzilla to King Kong,
a monkey fought a lizard, Mark.
You got a mid as fuck movie.
Yo, the monkey fought the lizard. That was so sick.
Like adding another Godzilla to Godzilla 2 makes it the same movie.
No, another Godzilla would go hard.
Okay. I mean,
And Pacific Rim would be an unbelievable crossover.
Yeah, Pacific Rim may have gotten me closer to there. I don't know if it would have gotten me there. I'm trying to think what would have gotten me to max it out.
Godzilla 2 with 2 monkeys.
No, 2 Godzillas.
2 Godzillas.
They're Godzilla.
Okay.
Godzilla 2.
Ben's
2
giving
Godzillas.
commentary. I'm not talking to a mic. I need to stop addressing him. Okay, well, 0 points, but that is okay. I tried my best. I think I had some pretty sound logic there. And we are now down to our last card.
Say it ain't so.
Like the Weezer song. All right, we have hard to remember, easy to remember, or lowbrow, highbrow. I want to go with hard to remember, easy to remember for our potential last card of this round. Hard to remember, easy to remember.
While you do that, I will point out what Colleen said.
And hands up.
There were 2 Godzillas in Godzilla vs. Destoroyah, and it is considered to be the best Godzilla movie.
Okay, then why didn't you say Godzilla versus Destoroyah?
Because that would add a 3rd Godzilla, and that's just ridiculous.
Or like Godzilla -1. Actually, that definitely ruined Godzilla -1.
That would unbelievably ruin that. No, that's what they should do for the sequel, because, you know, it's an allegory to what happened in World War II.
Okay. Well, with that being said, Corey, look away. Did my card pop up properly? It did, but it's not the correct color. Easy to remember, hard to remember. I'm going to try again. Sometimes it can be a little bit finicky when I'm operating things from over here. Okay, that looks right now. Corey, look away. I'm going to mix up the board. I am now revealing the board. That 4 right there is what we were aiming for. That 4 is the target. The card is easy to remember, hard to remember. This is our last card that we have left. And this one is indeed a thinker. Easy to remember, hard to remember. I'm going to close up the board. Corey, you may look. Chat, let's get to thinking. Godzilla -1 with an extra Godzilla just becomes Godzilla 0. Because it is simple Godzilla math. You're right. I should have considered that.
Cancels it out.
But easy to remember, hard to remember. Let's see.
Thank you.
Yes. Easy to remember, hard to remember. I am going to say your friend's middle name.
All right. Let me ask you this question, Mark.
Uh-huh.
Do you know my middle name?
I can't answer that till you place the dial. Fuck. Shit, got him.
He got me.
He got him.
He got me. Oh my god. Oh. Woo! He knew it. He knew it. It's definitely on the hard to remember side. Definitely on the hard to remember side. I don't know any of my friends' middle names. Not a single one. I
Don't say it, but do you know mine?
Did you not just hear me say I don't know a single one of my friends' middle names?
I thought maybe you consider me an adversary.
You know what? Hey, good point, man. Good point.
Oh, okay. I will read Thomas's. Sorry, Thomas, I missed yours. Your Blizzard account login.
Yeah, read his next message.
Jeremy says, Robert.
Okay, yep.
Wait, ignore me, I'm stupid. Colleen says Mark's middle name is Danger.
Alright, yeah, he's kind of spitting. Corey's a horrible friend, confirmed. Come on, man. I just have a
Okay, alright.
Chad's proving me wrong. Apparently Chad knows everything about everybody they talk to at all times.
Jeremy says John. John, our friend. Do you think he is easy or hard to remember?
No, I think he was doxing you.
I mean, nothing listed is my middle name.
Okay.
So, I assume he's talking about our friend John.
Okay, fair enough. I forget John all the time. I haven't talked to him in years. Notably true. There's not video footage of it.
Luke says, I think Robert is a good hint.
Robert is a great hint. I can't think of a single Robert in my life.
Easy to remember, hard to remember, Robert.
Let's be honest though, can you think of a single Robert?
Jeez. Man. I don't think I can.
Exactly.
I don't even think I can think of a famous Robert.
Exactly.
Besides, like, Robert Downey Jr.
Alright, well, come on, man. That's like the most famous Robert.
Colleen says, my car keys when I'm running late, but I think Robert's a better hint. Robert De Niro. Alright, those are the hints you have to work with. I'm not gonna go back and forth any longer. This is our last card.
I'm gonna hit it. I think middle names is pretty hard to remember. I don't think it's impossible though. I think meme factor alone is enough reason to remember your friend's middle name. I think you could be really spitting there. Yeah, I'm gonna send it.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it.
You're locked in there.
I'm locked in there. Robert.
Robert. All right. Corey, I will reveal the board since I gave the hints. Easy to remember, hard to remember.
Robert.
We said Robert.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So the thing is, I know everyone in chat's middle name. In fact, I know everyone in this room's middle name except yours. So,
that's so funny for so many reasons.
That is funny. As soon as I gave the hint, I was like, wait, I don't actually know Corey's middle name. But no, I know most of my friends' middle names.
That's crazy.
And I feel like they're relatively easy to remember, especially, you know, when you prank someone by calling them their full legal, like in the grocery store.
You prank someone by calling them their full legal? Is that when you grab their hands and put them behind their back? You go, sir, you're being detained.
No, it's like a mom scolding someone. You call them first, middle, last.
All right. Fair enough.
Why would you think that? That's fair. Well, you know, I don't think it's the hardest thing to remember. It's just a name, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. I can understand your placement if you don't pay attention to people's middle names. But, well, that was our last card. Let me put the graphic down and close this up. Meaning, for this cooperative round, our final score is 12. Is that the 12? 12. Okay, we're getting a
really
thumbs up.
here.
We are out here. Let's show what that earned us. We got a message saying, not bad, not great, but not bad.
Hell yeah.
Woo! Very nice. Chat, you got us there. You got us to not bad, not great, but not bad. 12 isn't awful, especially for your first time back.
I'll take it. I've been rusty. I was rusty. And I think I'm good with it.
Cool. I think we have time for another round. You want to do another round?
Sure, let's go for it. Let's send it.
Woo! Let's go. Setting things back to 0. We get to see my awesome animation play again. We now have 7 new cards in this competitive game, or cooperative game of Wavelength. I will lead us off this time. I only picked up 6 because I am a fool.
You fucking fool.
Robert 2, it's gotta be.
Robert 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Alright. So the first card I picked up was underrated letter of the alphabet, overrated letter of the alphabet. And that is such an awful card. Like, that's not even a fun card, right?
What is it again? Sorry? First letter out.
Underrated letter of the alphabet, overrated letter of the alphabet.
It is pretty cringe, I gotta say.
Then
Confirmed.
the other side is
cringe.
optional mandatory. We usually go with the out there cards, but I'll go with a more logical card this time. We're gonna go with optional to mandatory. As soon as I pull up the card. All right. Corey, look away.
Ah.
Optional to mandatory. Board. All right, that 4 right there is what we are aiming for. That 4 is the goal. Fire card, let's do it. No, we're doing optional mandatory. That 4 is our target. Memorize that placement. I'm going to close up the board. Corey, you may look.
I can see, I can use my eyes again.
Once again, thank you everybody for being here, by the way, on this super secret Monday stream. It appears like you did spill the beans about the stream if you're here, but I'll forgive it just this once. Card is optional to mandatory. Let's see. It is a tricky one.
Think long and hard.
I'm thinking long and hard. Thank goodness there's not a 30-second timer.
There is. I'm keeping track. 28,
Okay.
27.
Ooh. Let's go. All right.
7, 6.
I'm gonna give a wild one here. This is a little bit out there clue.
Oh, God.
Let's go for it. Solving a Rubik's Cube.
Okay. All right, I see what you're saying. Solving a Rubik's Cube is something that at no point you ever have to do. You see that Rubik's Cube, you walk away. However, there's a little voice in your head every time you walk past that Rubik's Cube that says, solve me, solve me, solve me, all right? So as much as you want to just turn a blind eye and walk away, that Rubik's Cube calls out to you. It says, I'm a little fidget toy here on this desk. You need to solve me. Fix all my problems. I'm here for you. But again, it is just a Rubik's Cube. You can just kind of walk away. So I think for that reason, it's going to be...
Ooh, we have first-time chatter saying cheating on Rubik's Cube.
Oh, okay, cheating on Rubik's Cube.
Optional to mandatory, cheating on a Rubik's Cube. I have to admit, I have cheated on a Rubik's Cube before. It didn't enable me to solve it. All it did was mix up the corners.
I feel like everybody has to cheat on a Rubik's Cube at least once. Just to like assert dominance over the puzzle.
Luke says killing someone.
Okay, well that's...
Optional to mandatory.
You put it... what's getting killing someone and cheating on a Rubik's Cube in the same exact space?
What'd the person do?
They cheated on a Rubik's Cube.
All right, we do need a placement though.
I feel like all of these things, maybe killing someone with standing, are things where it's like, you don't have to do it. Under no circumstances do you ever need to do it. However, it's really fucking tempting. All right, if there's a Rubik's Cube sitting out, I'm gonna solve it. If I'm solving a Rubik's Cube, I'm gonna cheat at least once, just to assert dominance over the cube. I think I'm good there.
You're locked in.
I'm locked in. Show me that 0.
Let's reveal the board.
Show me the
Optional
0
to
points.
mandatory. Solving a Rubik's Cube. Oh no! It did shift slightly. It was supposed to be here. It's still off the 2. But, oh man, that is unfortunately a 0. It's a tricky card. It's hard to name the most optional thing in the world. And I thought, like, you know, I've never solved a Rubik's Cube. I don't think Corey has. And it's not something anyone ever has to do.
But you're so tempted.
I should have said killing someone.
Only listen.
Should have gone with taxes. Jeremy said taxes. I wasn't going to go with taxes. Well, we now have 6 cards remaining as we move on to the next one. Corey, it is now your turn to select a card.
Oh no, Lord have mercy.
Thank you for being here and for chatting, Magic Monty. Your clue almost got Corey to the correct placement.
Oh,
But we'll get it this time.
surely we'll get it this time. Okay, saved. We're going to do nobody does it, everybody does it.
Nobody does it, everybody does it. Classic. This is also a very, very subjective card. Chat, why does Mark hate me? Because you don't know. Okay, it's enough middle name talk, okay? I don't want anyone's middle name in chat.
Please don't dox each other in chat, I beg you.
Everybody here's middle name is Robert. I try. Corey is sweet.
No.
Oh,
All right, look away, you
Look away. I was cheating.
Son of a bitch.
All right, I'm looking away.
All right, everybody, we're gonna look at the board now. Revealing. Nobody does it. Everybody does it. Right here is where the magic 4 is. This is the clue. This is the clue right here we're trying to guess. Everybody, memorize that location. We want Mark to take the little red dial and put it right there on the 4. Memorize the lock in. All right. I'm going to now hide the board. One last little look-see there. Close the board up. Mark, you can now look. Nobody does it,
Okay.
everybody does it.
This is a tough one.
Chat, feel free to give me clues if you want in chat. If not,
6 cards
something.
left. We need some points here. We missed out on that Rubik's Cube one, but we're going to make up for it this round.
missed out on the killing someone. Missed out on the taxes.
I should have read taxes.
Luke, I don't think you have to say crack again. I don't think anyone is forcing you to say crack again.
Nobody does it. Everybody does it. Yeah, I'm not gonna even touch the dial for that answer. Think of a new one.
You got Magic Mind to say clean toilets regularly. Jeremy says floss regularly enough to make dentists happy.
Wow. Okay. These are some interesting ones.
Interesting that they're both hygiene related.
Yeah. Which one are you going with? I'll write one down.
Ooh. Jeremy says honestly, crack. Let's do. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I actually like all three of them.
right,
We'll do
I'm
clean toilets regularly because that was the first one said.
I'm going with clean toilets regularly.
But floss regularly enough to make dentists happy and crack, I think, are unfortunately both genuine answers.
So nobody does it. Everybody does it. So pretty much everybody cleans their toilets, but I don't think everybody does it regularly.
That's an important part.
Yeah, I think it is more of a rare occasion kind of thing, like a few times a year, probably most people do. Less than they probably should.
Don't crack hype. Don't hype crack. Come on, comment. Don't crack hype.
And flossing enough to make a dentist happy. I mean, has that ever happened? Has anybody ever flossed enough to make a dentist happy?
Great
Do
question.
we have any dentists in chat? We had this question last week.
9 out of 10 dentists agree. No. 9 out of 10 dentists agree. Crack, phenomenal.
Regularly. So they're not even saying to an amount that makes it clean. This could be over cleaning their toilet if they're doing it too regularly. I don't think many people do that at all. And flossing enough to make a dentist happy, that's pretty rare, but I'm sure there's a few people out there who do it. I mean, I know people who overfloss.
It's a myth.
So I think that's reasonable. Maybe I'll tick it up a little bit more. I may be screwing myself by ticking it up. I may be ticking it off the floor like I've historically done. So
Mark,
no.
known thrower.
Known thrower. I think all of these are pretty mild. You know, you wouldn't be surprised if you heard
Crack?
somebody did this. I'm ignoring crack.
I told you, I think that's a genuine answer.
All right. With all the others, you wouldn't be surprised if you heard someone did it. But also, if I heard someone did crack, I wouldn't be like, what? Nobody does that. Oh my goodness. I'd be more like, that's a shame.
It's like, damn, dude, that sucks.
It's not the rarest thing in the world, but I'll take it a little bit more down towards nobody does it, because I don't know too many people who do crack. I'll take it down a teeny bit more. This is about to where I had it before. I'm locking it right here. I'm done changing it.
Mark, known crack hater.
Mark is a crack hater.
Known crack hater, Mark. Hate to see. No, we love to see the crack hate. Anyway,
To reveal the board.
we got clean toilets regularly, making a dentist happy through flossing, and crack.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's a 2.
That's a 2.
That is a 2. Okay. Good thing I ticked it back down. I was on the right track with things. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a fine placement. I mean, local statistics may imply that the number is closer to here, but
Do you floss regularly?
I wasn't talking about that statistic.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
But no, it is still 2 points. That is solid, meaning the score is now 2. Woo! And it's time for us to choose another card. Great hints. Woo! Crack saved it as per usual. You guys are squares, taking back my sub. Crack is on a downswing.
Listen, I mean, I think, you know, flossing regularly enough to make your dentist happy, near impossible challenge. Crack, despite how widespread it is, I haven't heard anybody do it that I know of. And then cleaning toilets regularly. When was the last time you cleaned a toilet?
About 2 months ago.
Exactly. My point exactly.
All right, so the card I'm going to go with is Happen Slowly, Happen Suddenly, Ben, hands up. If I'm not mistaken, we have 5 cards left. I need to make sure to stay on top of that. But our card is Happen Slowly, Happen Suddenly. Corey, look away. Oh, chat. Alright, I'm revealing the board. The card is Happen Slowly, Happen Suddenly. Ben, hands up again. The colors keep on being slightly off on these cards. I really don't know why. But that 4 right there is what we are aiming for. That 4 is the goal. Happens slowly, happens suddenly. Memorize that placement. That 4 is what we are aiming for. I need to be into the board. Into the board, into the board.
In the board, in the board.
Okay. Now you guys can actually see it.
Professional, this guy.
Yeah. Happen slowly, happen suddenly. That 4 is the target, giving myself some extra time to think of it as well.
Wow, I see how it is. I'm starting a strict 30 seconds
I'm now going to close the board. Corey, you may now look. Let's get to thinking. Jeremy says the opioid epidemic. No, I don't think we're going with that hint.
Okay.
Happens slowly, happens suddenly. Let's see.
What you thinking, Cap One?
I know. I'm really struggling here to put my thinking cap on.
I see.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna go with Thomas's hint. Thomas's hint is our Boardgamers brand 30-second timer.
Okay. Okay. This tells me nothing. Because here's the thing. The Boardgamers 30-second timer, shockingly, is longer than 30 seconds. However, that 30 seconds ends very quickly.
Magic Monty says, shoes soles wear down.
Shoe soles wear down.
I think that's not a bad hint either. I like that one. And Jeremy, I was actually thinking this exact one that Jeremy was thinking. Jeremy said boiling water. If I had to give you one, I would have said boiling water. But I thought the 30-second timer was funny.
Okay, so 30-second timer. It definitely happens slowly. Shoe soles wearing down happens over a long period of time. Boiling water is like a classic, like, you know, takes forever, watch pot never boils sort of thing. That being said, this isn't like...
That's why I get a clock pot instead of a watch pot.
I'm this fucking close. Alright? This close.
The thinker of a joke.
Anyway, it's not like you said the Jurassic period or something that spans over billions of years, you know, sun forming, shoe soles, and
Shoe soles wearing down.
boiling water. So I definitely think it's like to hear.
A watch pot never boils.
A watch pot never boils. Yeah, I think there are things that do happen over the long time, but like boiling water, obviously it's not going to take infinity long. It's going to take probably like 5-10 minutes, even though it's going to feel like an eternity. Shoe soles easily wear down. I think most people with like a year of like wearing shoes will start to wear out their soles.
A watchy potty never boil.
That's horrific. I
Thank
hate
you for that.
I think I'm comfortable with that. Where it's at. Holy.
Locked in. All right. Happens suddenly, happens slowly. We got our 30-second timer. We got shoe soles wearing down. We got boiling water. Ooh, yo, that is a 3.
Huge.
Very nice. We needed that. That is solid. Yeah, you were completely on the right track. That is exactly what we were thinking. Very nice, very nice. It's now Corey's turn to choose a card.
Oh, shit.
Oh. And now we have 4 cards remaining.
Oh, shit, baby. Listen, It's our secret Monday stream. I'm gonna let chat eat good tonight, alright?
Oh.
I'm gonna let chat eat good tonight, alright? Secret Monday stream. You guys are welcome for this. We're gonna do unsexy animal, sexy animal. Woo!
Ben in the tech booth cheering for this one in the background.
Ben's all about sexy animals.
Oh yeah!
This card comes up a little bit too much for my liking. Anything but the animals. That's what I was thinking. All right, I'm gonna look away.
Spin the wheel of sexy animals, chat. Where will it land?
Don't worry, we hear him just fine. He doesn't need to be mic'd.
Alright, chat. On a scale of unsexy to sexy animals, we need a clue to get Mark to guess right there where that magical blue 4 is. We need to give him a clue that'll put that dial right there on our scale of unsexy animal to sexy animal, alright? So I need you to think good and hard about this placement and what clue it could assign with. I need you to think good. I think you should think hard, because I'm about to cover this board up, so you're going to need to memorize it. Alright. And here it goes away forever.
I'm going to look.
Very first suggestion in chat is Big Bird, and we're going to ignore that because he's a child. Moving on!
Really?
Yeah! Big Bird is supposed to be a child.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is like 57 at this point, but
Yeah.
it's like Bart Simpson. He's like a 40-year-old child.
Yeah.
Ostrich.
Ostrich?
Tom is very clearly trying to go along the same lines.
Ostrich, okay. I like ostrich.
Oh, he's big though.
No, he's big though. You just mean a Big Bird, not the Big Bird?
Big Bird was old enough to be on the Challenger.
Dude, hold on. I need to fact check this. Maybe I'm crazy.
Were they putting kids on the Challenger?
Age is Big Bird. Big Bird is psychologically written to be 6 years old. Officers, this Twitch chat right here. Take
I'll
them
go,
away.
I'll go with ostrich.
I do like ostrich. Trying to think, what anything else I could add to that? Yeah, right, right here, officers. This Twitch chat. Yeah, I think ostrich is my number one. Let's see if I can think of anything else to add to that. I'm gonna say a salmon.
A salmon, the lizard,
No,
the fish?
the fish.
Okay. Like salmon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I pronounce the L
Okay.
because I don't take any.
Wow.
I only give 'em out.
Salmon, the fish, or ostrich. This is interesting. Well, they're not saying blobfish. It's not maxed out to the unsexy side, but I think everything they're naming is pretty not sexy. Nobody thinks of a sexy salmon, unless you're talking about the fillet of fish.
Oh, you dirty dog.
But that wasn't a salmon. That was something else. That was
That wasn't fish.
that was something unnatural.
That was something eldritch in origin.
Ostrich. You know, I'm not going to think about it too much. My instinct's telling me right here. I'm not going to justify any placement of this dial at all. I want to go like a teeny bit more middling, and I'm going to lock in right there and get off this stupid card. Locked in.
Locked in. Are you ready?
Let's reveal the board. Unsexy animal to sexy animal. You
Ostrich.
said ostrich. Come on. Yo! Ah, God. Why are we successful in this card?
Yeah.
We're like pretty good at this card. All right, well, that is 3 points, meaning we're now at 6. Oops, didn't mean to hit that. Okay, well, that's at 7. I'm gonna fix it. We're
Mark,
now
fix
at
it. I can't take it.
3 cards remaining. It is now my turn to take a card. All right.
You know, Luke, I would agree with you. 6-year-old birds are pretty unsexy, but I would max that out, all right? It's too far.
All right. Moving on. All right, it's a Monday stream. We can do the stupid cards.
Yeah!
We are going to go with colorless to colorful. colorless to colorful. Let me get this card. Colorless to colorful. Okay, Ben hands up. I am going to start mixing up the board. In the meantime, Corey, look away.
Luke's really trying to turn this Big Bird thing back on me, but it's just backfiring on him in chat, which it brings much joy to me.
I'm going to ignore all that then. Colorless to colorful. That 4 is the target. 4 is what we are aiming for. Get your thinking caps on for this one. The card is colorless to colorful. I am going to close up the board. Corey, you may look. Colorless to colorful. Wrong blue card words. Ah, my stuff is falling apart.
Unbelievable, Mark.
Let me see if I can fix it. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, it is fixed now. Thank you, chat, for letting me know. Tough prompt. Unsexy animal to colorful. The range from unsexy animal to colorful. No, the range is colorless to colorful.
That's an insane prompt.
Insane prompt.
Look how it specifies unsexy animal in that. You got a weird third wrinkle in there by specifying that.
Okay. I have a weird hint. If nobody else can think of one, I do have a weird hint to go with.
Okay.
This, you're either not going to get this at all,
okay,
or this might take you to the right path. This is an interesting one. I'm very open to anything from chat. Using this card, not that one that I was showing a moment ago, I am going to go with sunglass lenses.
Oh, sunglass lenses. Huh. Interesting. Well, so my gut reaction.
And Jeremy says Pleasantville. You're Tobey Maguire.
Pleasantville. Was that? What movie was that?
It's a movie you've seen. It's with Tobey Maguire.
Oh, okay.
We watched it in high school.
Okay.
Thomas also says Pleasantville.
Pleasantville. Is that the one about that one? I don't know if it was a couple or something that were in like the 1950s neighborhood where it was black and white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and one of the couples. I don't want to describe it too much.
Yeah, understandable.
But one of the couples goes from being in black and white to being in color, and then the color starts spreading around, and then you very quickly learn what metaphor this movie is when you see one of the store owners slap a no colored sign on the store shop, and like, oh, I'm starting to get this metaphor here.
Yeah. All right. So
Luke says The Giver. Ooh, that's an interesting one.
My first instinct with sunglasses specifically is that sunglasses prevent light from coming into your eyes. It specifically is the absence of color. That being said, there's still plenty of color in a sunglass. You can still see a lot. So I would probably put it like here. Between Pleasantville and sunglasses, both of which are devoid of color, but having color go through them.
And Luke
show
also
up in
said
the
The
movie.
Giver, which I think is a fine hint.
Giver, all right.
Did you read The Giver?
Did I? Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Hold on, let me cook Schindler's List. You know, Jeremy, your hint is the same as The Giver, essentially, but, like, different genre.
I'm gonna say Schindler's List is interesting. Schindler's List, correct me if I'm wrong, it is almost entirely black and white except for like one red-colored.
I would put Jeremy's hint towards the bottom.
Okay.
But you kind of consider it.
The Giver's List, nice.
Is The Giver's List the sequel? I know there are sequels to The Giver, and nobody talks about the sequels.
No, I think that was a shitpost combination of The Giver and Schindler's List.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, I think with sunglasses in Pleasantville.
Didn't see where the board was.
I think with the Pleasantville and sunglasses, I want to say that it's on the colorless side, but I think it's close to colorful because color is a meaningful thing of Pleasantville and of sunglasses. Like, you need to be able to see through them. You still need to see color. It's not completely devoid, but at the same time, colorlessness is a very, very important part of those movies. I was right there. Was it lock it in?
All right, lock it in. Colorless to colorful. We have Sunglass Lenses, The Giver, and Pleasantville with Tobey Maguire. Ooh, oh, you were so close.
Damn.
I don't blame you. I think that was a good placement. I think that was solid. I think you're on the right track. My logic with sunglass lenses was they're not meant to be colorful, they're not meant to distort color, but inevitably they do. If you keep on sunglasses for a long time and take them off, you realize, oh, this shifted my color a lot. So they're definitely not like colorful, but they have hints of color. Well, that is 0 points, and we now have 2 cards remaining. It's now Corey's turn to take a card. 2 left. Let's see if we can walk in. Was there actually a sequel to The Giver? If I'm not mistaken, I think there were 2 sequels. Let me fact check that. Actually, Corey, give me the card first, and I'll fact check it.
We're gonna do an interesting one. Underrated weapon, overrated weapon.
I remember the last time we did this card with Sarah, and somebody said bow and arrows, and she had to hold herself back from going on a long spiel about the uses of bow and arrows.
It was tough. I was on her side. She was spitting, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Very passionate about bow and arrows.
Underrated weapon, overrated weapon, bend hands up. And while Corey's doing that, I'm going to look away and see if there are sequels to The Giver.
All right, chat, get your peepers ready. Cause this, ooh, oh, it moved. Anyway, this is where we're keeping the board. Get your peepers ready. This is where the magical 4 is right there, the magical 4, all right. Got to memorize this location. We got to give Mark a good hint to get him to put this red dial right where that blue 4 is on our scale of overrated, underrated weapon to overrated weapon. All right, take a good look. Take a good look. Memorize this placement because I'm going to cover it up in a second. You're not going to be able to see it anymore. So come over, get a good look right now. All right, I'm covering it up. Last chance. Ooh, I took it over too. Get back. There we go.
Bow and arrows are sick. Sarah was right.
All right. Looking at the suggestions.
So, real quick, there is a sequel. It's called Gathering Blue. It's a sequel to The Giver, but it's more of a series of stories in a similar world. And also Messenger is taking place in the same world, and it's a little bit weird. I'll keep it at that, but there are kind of sequels to The Giver. I did see Luke's comment of Purple Scar from Fortnite.
Now, I was gonna say, here's the thing. You need to have Fortnite experience to understand whether or not that is like an adequate placement. I don't know. Do you have Fortnite experience? Have you ever played Fortnite?
I have played Fortnite.
I'm actually shocked by that.
I mean, not much. Like when the game first came out, I played like 2 hours of it. I didn't play it that much. I played a little bit here and there.
I see Purple Scar. Then we have Hair Bun Stick.
That's an interesting one. Okay.
I do like that one. That's my front runner right now. And I don't want to justify why I think that. I think that. We have 2 people saying gun, hard veto. Hard veto on gun. Don't listen to gun. Hard veto on gun.
I'm gonna put Hair Bun Stick in the prompt for now.
Hair Bun Stick. I think Purple Scar, if you have Fortnite experience, I think that is genuinely not a bad suggestion.
Luke says Purple Scar, I have no Fortnite experience.
I have very minimal Fortnite experience, but I can understand what he's cooking with that one. Ruby says WTF, listen, I can't talk about it now. But I'll talk about it after. I'm hard vetoing gun.
All right.
Denied.
So I'll consider So purple, I know, is not the highest rarity in Fortnite. I believe it's the maybe second highest. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. I think orange is the highest rarity. So the argument might be that, hey, purple, while it's not the desired one, isn't too bad. So it might actually be a little bit underrated. But mostly I'm going to go off of the probably better hint, which is hair bun stick, which is the sticks that you use to twist up a hair bun. If I'm not mistaken, they are relatively big metal sticks. Relatively big in like airport size terminology. Like you probably can't bring them on a plane. I think there's at least a few action movies where they've been used as weapons. So I don't think they're the most underrated thing in the world, but they're probably pretty underrated. If I was just going with gun, it would be over here. That's pretty overrated. You use that as the default weapon in most games. People should be saying Minecraft weapons. That would get me in the right ballpark.
You want Minecraft weapons?
Now it's not going to be maxed out.
You know what I'll say? You know what I'll say? Okay. I'll add on to it.
Okay.
Minecraft weapons. I'll say trident.
Trident. Oh man, maybe it is this far. Okay. No. Trident, a lot of people have tridents, but if somebody actually pulls out the trident in combat, you're like, oh, this guy's serious.
Luke was saying my hint's there as well, the purple scar.
Gun wasn't talking about games. Okay, let's consider, is Jeremy packing that heat?
I'm hard vetoing gun. Ignore it. Pretend it wasn't red.
I'm going to take a little bit more, because I love when people actually use the trident in combat, but it's not the best thing or the most underrated thing in the world. And the hair bun sticks, you know, that is a fun thing to use as a weapon, but it's not the most underrated thing. I'm going to take it a little bit further, and I'm going to lock in before I move myself away any further. I'm locking in right there. Underrated weapon, overrated weapon, hair bun sticks. I'm scared of this. Please, please, please. Orange, soon. Whoa, oh, perfectly centered?
It's a little off. It's a little over towards underrated weapon. Slightly.
That's like an enchanted iron sword.
Oh, dude, you're spitting. Yeah, you're speaking my language. Now you're speaking my language.
Really, hair bun stick is exactly here.
I think my reasoning going off of the suggestion after I heard it is like, yeah, it's a concealed weapon. Like, it's really nice having like a concealed weapon, but also it's a stick.
Okay.
So, good luck going with someone. And gun?
I'm gonna be honest, I can see the logic for gun.
I can see the logic, like, oh, it's exactly in the middle. But like, I think, I don't know. Like, gun, I think, is overrated, but I think it's overrated not just because of its usability.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Well,
because this isn't combat effectiveness.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Luke's talking about Fortnite, said the purple scar was the second best gun in Fortnite, just a smidge underrated compared to the golden scar.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is going to be 0 points for me as we move on to our last card. Oh boy. Let's do another terrible, terrible card. Nobody enjoys when this card comes up. We're going to do Star Wars to Star Trek.
Where are my Trekkies at? Woo. You better celebrate harder back there in tech.
Star Wars to Star Trek. Let's see if the card will be accurate this time around. Ben, hands up.
Fun fact, apparently they do let you fly with hairbun sticks.
Really?
Yep.
That's
and
good
you
to
can
know.
take out an eye with it, but you know what? Makes sense.
And they do only, okay, wow. That's good to know. But the clue, or the card, is now Star Wars to Star Trek. It might be our last card of the night.
Go.
Unless we land this perfect 4 right here. Corey, look away to reveal the board. That 4 is what we are aiming for. That 4 is the target. Center this dial here. All right, memorize that placement. That 4 is the goal. The card is Star Wars to Star Trek. I am going to close up the board. Of course, you may look. We have an from Luke.
I see immediately a message deleted by a moderator. That's a good sign.
Yes. I actually don't know why those were deleted. Unless Thomas just wanted his hint to be seen instead.
Really is an abuse of power.
Thomas says, space. Thomas, I'm gonna get you. When the mods delete your message.
Riot and Jet.
Star Wars to Star Trek. You know, I think space is a good hint. I'm gonna go with Thomas's hint of space. And hands up. Magic Monty says more episodes.
Thomas, you don't have to delete those messages. It's okay.
Trek.
Well, space says to me dead center. Space is in both Star Trek and Star Wars. Okay? So I'm thinking dead center. More episodes. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I think space is just dead center between both of them. I'm happy with it.
You're locking in there?
I'm happy with dead center.
Not even gonna move it a smidgen?
I'm moving a smidgen to make it more dead center.
Okay. All right. Star Wars to Star Trek. If this is anything but a 4, the game ends here and now. Thomas, deleting every other commenting chat to make sure his was seen, said space. Let's reveal the board. Yo! It shifted a little bit, but it was indeed dead center. That is a perfect 4. Whew, great hint, really. Meaning we are still at 1 card remaining. We get to take 1 more, and Corey gets to finish us out. Corey, I'll let you choose what our last card's gonna be.
Choose?
Yeah, you're privileged. I'm really being silenced tonight, and I will not forget this. Cancels out PEMDAS.
You know what? I feel like, as an apology to our silenced members, I'm gonna do them a favor.
Mark, can you give me mods so I can ban Thomas? Not yet, not yet.
I'm gonna do our silenced members in chat a favor. I'm gonna give them a prompt I think they'll be very excited for.
Okay.
And that's going to be mildly addictive, highly addictive. This is for you guys.
Also, the more episodes was interesting, because Star Trek definitely has more episodes, but they're making more episodes of Star Wars than actually making more Star Trek.
Oh, I see the logic.
So,
I see the logic.
They can kind of cancel out in that sense. Man, hands up.
I like that.
All right.
PEMDAS or some shit, right?
PEMDAS, yes.
PEMDAS.
My phone. Oh, that sounded like a bad fall.
Oh no!
I'm gonna pick that up. Of course, spins up the board. No cracks.
Spin on the board, chat. This one's for you. Mildly addictive to highly addictive. What we got? Chat. Ooh. It's moving. It's moving with the board. Chat. This is where we got. Right here. Go ahead, memorize it. This is our blue 4 we're trying to get Mark to put the red dial to. Go ahead, memorize that location. We got a bunch of smug Johns in chat right now. Memorize that location.
Come on, guys.
All right.
Come on, guys.
I'm gonna go ahead and cover the board now. Memorize it. This is where we're trying to get Mark to guess at. I'm seeing a little bit of crack. Just a smidgen of crack. Mark, you can look.
I can look.
I see coffee.
The smug Johns lead me to believe right here. But if they're saying just a little bit of crack.
Just a little bit of crack. Butter. I kind of like butter. I like coffee. I feel like coffee might be a little too far off.
Butter. Butter's interesting.
I like butter. Butter's a little out there in the best way possible. I can't get over a little bit of crack, just a smidgen of crack. I think
I'm gonna write coffee in the prompt for now, though.
butter, I think, is my front runner. Coffee's not bad.
I don't think we've had a prompt from Luke yet, so I'll put in coffee.
I guess he can get his flowers. Sure, why not? Coffee, butter.
So the Smug Johns immediately tell me it's on the highly addictive side. Like, no question about it is on the highly addictive side. But if it was maxed out, they would have just said crack or cigarettes, as they've been saying all night. The fact
Smug Johns weren't part of the prompt. All right, buddy.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Smug Johns were part of the prompt.
So it could be on mildly addictive.
Luke points out they were before the board opened.
Oh, okay. All right. That is good for me to know. That would have affected my decision. So, butter to coffee. Coffee is definitely one of those traditional things that's more addictive than people realize. Like you have withdrawal when you get off of coffee. And butter is super interesting because I feel like traditionally it's not considered to be an addictive thing, but my family specifically, when they start going with butter, they don't stop. My family consumes a lot of butter. We go through butter fast.
Teensy bit of crack.
And, I mean, you know, once you start putting butter on things, you gotta put butter on everything. You put butter on popcorn, on your bread,
All right,
other
show
dishes.
me the sick mofos out there eating popcorn without butter. That sounds like some European shit.
But, with that being said, you do not get withdrawal from butter. You do not get withdrawal from stopping butter, which is leading me to believe it's not that addictive. I'd probably set it more here. Just a little bit over. This is where I'm putting butter, but coffee is suggesting that I put it a little bit more. Luke says butter in the coffee. That's also something done.
Hey, this guy
within
put
my
syrup
family.
in coffee, so is butter really that crazy of a thing?
I personally don't put butter in coffee, and those aren't even comparable. Syrup is a sweet liquid. It is just sugar. How could it be controversial to put syrup in coffee? You people are insane. I'm being gaslit into thinking it's weird.
This is the guy who's called oatmeal hot cereal, all right? You know.
Anyway, coffee's gonna push me a little bit further, but only a smidge.
Motherfucking hit of that butter.
I think I'm locking in. I'm locking in right there. I'm done moving it. Syrup is from a maple tree, if it's true syrup. Oatmeal is hot cereal. Luke, I'll tell you about this later. I'll tell you about this later. I'm not gonna talk about this on stream.
All right, you're locking in butter and coffee. You're locking it in. Teeny bit of crack.
Potentially our last card of the night.
Whoa!
Yo! Wow!
Butter? Really?
Coffee?
That addictive?
Coffee?
In my defense, when he said coffee, I said that seems a little too far out of the way.
Holy shit! When I wrote down coffee, you should have said, "Don't put that in the prompt. Take that out the prompt right now."
Hey, you overruled me when you were writing the prompt, all right?
Holy
overruled.
moly! So yeah, I'm really biased with my family when it comes to butter, and like butter goes on everything. Man, Luke, why did you say coffee? He can stop anytime he wants.
You stop anytime he wants, and keep in mind, you also forgot just a teeny bit of crack.
Butter's the only. You should have vetoed everything. You said butter and plug your ears for everything everyone else is saying.
Listen, man.
Tiny. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Just a little tiny bit of crack.
You sound like a drug dealer.
Just a little bit of crack.
Nobody gets addicted off a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit of crack.
Okay, we're done with this. I'm going to scum the board. I'm putting away the card. That was our last card for tonight, meaning our final score
Just a tiny bit.
was 11. Is that correct? 11, meaning if I'm not mistaken, we're getting the same prompt as last time.
Worse than last time.
Not bad, not great, but not bad.
Hell yeah.
You know, but honestly, this is good for me and you. Right?
Why is that?
Well,
Elaborate.
because historically we do a lot worse than this.
That is true. We did score a perfect 2 one time.
Magic
So-
Monty says, good show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, everyone's answers, for the most part, were pretty darn good. I give Chad a hard time, but it was good answers, and we would not have this show without y'all.
I guess you could say their answers were kind of cracked tonight.
Well, I will do a final plug.
Thank you for the well wishes, everybody. I'm
Thank you
feeling
for
much
the well
better.
wishes. If you have a Prime sub and you're feeling generous, you can drop it in chat. I forgot to plug that earlier, so I'm going to plug it now. Subscribing is now an option. Yes. But we will be starting our first ever game of Codenames come Wednesday. For the first time ever, we will not be playing Wavelength. We're going to be playing a new game, Codenames. It is super exciting. So if you want to see that and see a full row of contestants, 4 of us, plus those of us in tech, it is going to be very exciting. We'll be live Wednesday at 7.
Bound to happen eventually.
Bound to happen eventually.
We're the Boardgamers, not the Wavelengthers.
Not the Wavelengthers. Well, that is all we have for you tonight. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We will see you Wednesday. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.